yes, we're back, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back, vlog. Now, we're kind of off to a slow start today, and I don't want to name any names without naming any names, but somebody who's shaped like a cute, adorable marshmallow. Yeah, we had a rough morning, bud. It's okay, bud. Carpet is replaceable. He is such a good dog. How did I get so lucky? I love him so much. Now, we got a lot to do in today's video. We have a very special unveiling. Obviously, that is a table, but it's not just any table. That is, without hesitation, the coolest piece of furniture I've ever had in my entire life. I realize I don't have any furniture, but it is the coolest piece of furniture I ever will have, and we're gonna reveal it to you guys in 5 minutes. We only have one goal in today's video, and that is to cut up the Nissan Z and continue our quest to wide body the world. Now, I alone am doing this wide body kit myself, which is honestly probably particularly quite a bad idea, but you know what? Sometimes in life. Before things get too out of hand, I want to check one thing, and yes, I have not unwrapped the Gladiator, but you know what? Don't worry about it. So, quick odometer check. The Nissan Z has 303 miles on it, and we are going to slice and dice. Today's video is not a how-to video. It is not by design meant to be educational. You will probably lose knowledge. You will get dumber watching this video. If you're looking to do a wide body kit on a Nissan Z, don't watch this video because I don't know what I'm doing. There's no instructions, there's no guide, there's no step-by-step. I'm just trusting my intuition, and generally speaking, my intuition is, yeah, it's quite a bit less than most people's. So we got the fender liners, we got the front bumper, and I think those are removed first. Maybe not though, I don't know. Now, because this car is brand new, taking it apart should be like the easiest thing ever. When I did the Aventura Roadster wide body, it took me like 6 weeks. I'm hoping to do this in one video. Sometimes certain things are just too easy. I don't want to get like overly confident, but we are off to a fantastic start. It's a little bit feisty. And fender number 3 is gone. Well, unfortunately, it is doom and gloom here in Utah. Now, I know I said it's not a how-to video, but it's always very important to label everything. I'm just going based off of feel, and so if I do something wrong, where's the tension? When in doubt, tension it out. Okay, right there. You just kind of sort of investigate everything, and I see this little clip, and I'm just like, well, pop it out. Come on, why not? Where did that come? Oh, it's right there. It's right. Easy. I think the scariest part about removing bumpers is always the clips, and with this car being brand new, if something does break, it's hard for me to blame somebody else. We're off to a very good start. I know it's a clip right here because that side has one. You gotta be a little bit persuasive, but not too persuasive. You don't want to break anything. The nice thing, I have a full replacement bumper, so if I do break this, it doesn't matter. Let's go, baby. It's a little tough to see. We got this wiring harness right here. We got a zip tie there. What in the world? Oh, yes. Read it and weep it, boys. As far as bumpers are concerned, that was by far and away the easiest bumper removal of all time. We're on world record pace. Okay, so step 3, this way. And up these stairs and to the left, if my calculations are correct, okay, here to the right, we have the full new bumper. Before things get too out of control, we want to protect the headlights and the factory paint because getting this aftermarket bumper to securely fasten on could be a little bit strategic, persuasive. Well, both the headlights have been taped, and upon further inspection, this piece right here, I don't know what, I have no idea what this is. It's a part of the crash guard maybe. It needs to be removed. Now, I am by no means a fortune teller, but I predict I didn't break it. I was gonna say at some point we're gonna break something on this car, and it's gonna be officially a used vehicle. But for now, we're good. If my calculations are right, this should go on like butter. Smooth as butter, baby. So I think this crash bar, we gotta pull that. The new front bumper, it kind of sort of fits. It's very hard to show, but this little section right here, I basically need to notch out a little section because it's butting up with that crash bar. So immediately, we already gotta cut it up. Now, I better not see one single person make fun of me in the comments below for my lack of professionalism. So we got the front bumper right here, we got a notch there, and we got a notch there, and yes, it is propped up on the trash can perfectly. Now, you can mock me if you want to, but I'm not wrong. It's like the perfect jig. And remember to always protect your eyeballs and your head. I'm a professional. What could possibly go wrong? I just realized what could go wrong. I could lose a finger. I might have to notch out just a little bit more. Are you kidding me? I gotta cut it again. Yes, yes, yes. Well, the big time moment of truth. Everything appears, I think we're gonna clear everything. Okay, check that out. What? That looks crazy. She's so much wider. Well, this is probably not the biggest surprise of the 21st century. Do you guys remember when I was cutting the Pandem bumper? I didn't have to do that. So this lower splitter piece, it sits underneath the bumper, and I thought it was gonna clear this crash guard. The reason I cut the bumper was to clear the crash guard. This is not gonna clear the crash guard, so we have to remove the crash guard. The reason we cut the bumper was to clear the crash guard, but we're removing the crash guard, so there was no reason to cut said bumper. This lower splitter piece mounts onto the bumper, kind of like so. Can you guys tell? Oh, well, rather unfortunately, it is starting to get dark outside right now, and I can barely see anything, and the lighting on camera is absolutely awful. I just secured this front splitter to the front bumper. We need to remove the crash guard as well, but I can't even see the hardware whatsoever, so I think we're gonna roll to tomorrow, but first, I wanna show you guys that table. Now, I don't have a degree in woodworking, and so I don't know if I could ever fully appreciate the amount of hours, the dedication, the love that went into making this table. I wanna shout out my homie, Robert Russell Design. Dude, you absolutely crushed it. It is the coolest table I've ever seen in my entire life. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, if we can get a drum roll, check this baby out. The coolest table of all time. You have the center epoxy river. We have the C8 Corvette. We got the Bugatti Chiron, the Lamborghini Aventador, the Ford GT, and of course the Ferrari LaFerrari. This table is ridiculous. Now, I don't have a degree in forestry or lumber. I don't know what kind of wood it is. I'll find out for you guys, but whatever wood it is absolutely gorgeous. I love this side of the table too. These 5 model cars, my mom bought me these for Christmas throughout the last couple years, and I had no idea they were ever gonna turn into quite possibly the coolest piece of furniture ever. Robert, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The table is absolutely spectacular. We're starting to get some furniture, like I have a couch on order, I got a bed frame on order, we got a table. Obviously this desk chair right here, that is not meant to be there. I need to get some proper chairs here very, very soon. Now we're gonna roll to tomorrow back to the Nissan Z, continuing our pursuit to wide body the world. I'm praying and I'm hoping tomorrow goes just fractionally better. Yes. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Easy. Let's go. Finally. We're making progress. Also, good morning. Well, that is one front bumper securely fastened on the Nissan Z. So the crash bar right here, unfortunately, this lower section is butting up against the front bumper. So we're actually gonna have to cut this section off. We're gonna reinstall this section, but this section, RIP, moment of silence, I guess, I don't know. Well, unfortunately, the easiest part of the kit is done. Now we actually gotta cut the car. And of course, up the stairs and to the left, we have all the fenders. Let's see, we're gonna start with a front fender. Yeah, front fender. There's no such thing as too much tape. You could do this the long way, the hard way, but why? I mean, why? So this lower front splitter piece right here, it has like a protective coating on it right there. We could peel it off, but because we're just test fitting it, we're gonna leave it on. Obviously, once the kit is painted, then we'll peel it off. Some of the techniques I use can be a little bit creative. I only have 2 hands and 2 legs. As you guys can see here on the inner fender, I made a very, very rough sketch. This is where we are tentatively planning to cut. Now, I've said it before, I'll say it again. We don't want to cut too much. I'd rather cut 2 times or 3 times or 4 times than cut 1 time and regret it. When you think about it, what's the worst thing that could happen? Hold on, I can lose a finger. Well, that right there was a clean cut in 1 single piece. There goes my Nissan Z in the trash can. And the second time was easier than the first time. It's always super satisfying after getting that perfect cut to remove the painter's tape. Let's go, let's go. I can already feel the collective eye roll as I just hold up this tape right here. If you don't know what this is, it is VHB tape, and I've been told inside sources tell me it's extremely sticky, which is a good thing because this tape right here is used to stick those fenders onto that car. I know. I like the riv nut look better, to be honest, and I feel like it's a lot more secure. We are taping the fenders onto the car. Don't hate me. This is how the kit is designed. Well, can confirm this tape is very, very sticky. I didn't add a lot to this over fender right here. We're still kind of in a trial run. The fender obviously needs to be painted still, so we're gonna install it on the car, but then we have to remove it, so I don't wanna put too much tape on it. And that is how you do it right there. Ladies and gentlemen, all the cutting is done, and I got all 10 fingers. Well, it's kind of sort of the weirdest thing. I put the rear over fenders on and then realized I didn't even film it whatsoever. So I do apologize. I'm not gonna remove them and then reinstall them. I think you guys get the drift. They're stuck on with 3M tape. Now the fenders obviously need to be painted, but we're gonna put the wheels back on the car. We're gonna drop it down and we're gonna drive it outside. Now, before we get ahead of ourselves, I already know there's gonna be a ton of check engine lights. All the parking sensors are disengaged, so. And as expected, it is a proper Christmas tree on the Nissan Z. Yes, 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 I realize the Z looks absolutely ridiculous. We gotta drop her all the way down, push that, make sure the fitment is good. Yo, what? I'm inspecting a lot of details right now, just making sure the fitment is good. Obviously, I need to get the right size wheels. We may have to make some further adjustments. I might have to cut the fenders just a little bit more, but overall, looks pretty good. Gotta admit, the more and more I look at this car, the more and more I like it. This view from the rear three-quarter, like, you gotta use your imagination for sure. The over fenders need to be painted. We gotta get the wheels with the right fitment, but this view from right here, yes, sir. Of course, the million-dollar question. So next steps, we gotta remove the entire kit. We gotta send it off to paint. I'm gonna have the over fenders, front bumper, etc. painted Nardo gray to match. But then from there, once we get the car back, once we get the wheels, do we wrap it? Do we paint it? If we do wrap it, if we do paint it, what color do we go with? We got that blue interior, which I love. What would look good? Right now, honestly, with the Nardo gray and the white wheels, it's pretty sick. The different views of this car are wild. I love this straight-on view. Like, those front over fenders are so aggressively wide. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, the view from the back of this car is my favorite, and the Pandem kit only makes it look better. I have to admit though, the side profile is my new favorite view. The car looks so quintessentially Z. It's kind of a little bit embarrassing. I just realized I forgot something very, very, very critical. I forgot the wing to the car, and honestly, I don't really know where it is. I gotta search the house. I knew something was missing. How did I forget the wing? I now realize why I missed the wing. It is camouflaged by the tire. This little baby ducktail is gonna be the death of me. I'm trying to get it off. I removed 4 bolts. There's a bunch of double stick tape, so I got the heat gun. I'm hoping with a little persuasion, she'll slide off like butter, but so far, no butter. This double stick tape is no joke. This is gonna be a lot harder than I thought. Hallelujah, baby. Oscar, we got it, bud. I am not about to lie to you guys right now. This is not secured whatsoever. Like, it's purely here for visual reasons right now. I gotta remove the entire kit to send it off to paint, so it's not really worth the effort, but it gives you an idea, a little bit of adjustment. It gives you an idea of what the car is gonna look like. It's crazy how much better it looks. You know, sometimes with these wide body kits, I feel like the aero, the wings especially, get kind of sort of out of control, but I think on this car, it's a lot, but it's just enough. And I would reckon from the side profile, the ducktail makes the car even look better. And then the front 3/4, full stamp of approval. This thing is gonna be sick when it's done. I have seen a lot of comments from you guys. There's a lot of doubters and a lot of skeptics that hate this car. They don't like this car. This car is sick. It's got 400 horsepower. It's a manual transmission. And this view from the rear 3/4, 10 of 10, is absolutely gorgeous. And yes, my plates are kind of sort of expired, but in my defense, I have not gotten the title yet. It should be here momentarily, and I feel like I said that about a month ago. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Nissan Z, do we wrap it? Do we paint it? If we do wrap it, if we do paint it, what color do we go with? But on that bombshell, today's video is over.